Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first global virtual accelerator in the world for technology startups. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we do these free mentoring roundtables week after week after week, month after month, year after year. It started back in 2008, and here we are in 2024, still going. This is the 640th session. All our roundtables are recorded. This one will be 2. Roundtable recordings are available on the YouTube channel 1M1M Roundtables. On Twitter, we're at 1Mby1M, and that's Romana. These are the call-in numbers. We are going to do a lot of open Q&A, introductions, and chatting with who's here in the room, what you are doing, where do you come from, what brings you here, what are your issues, that kind of conversations shortly. So get your questions and your introductions ready, elevator pitches maybe, and you can dial in through the phone line. You can also use your computer audio. Whatever is fine. Just let us know in public chat that you want to talk, and Maureen will make you a panelist so that you can actually discuss your situation. Now, we are going to do a conversation recording as a case study today. First, I will show you something that we've done that would be interesting for you to listen to first, and then we're going to dive into your situations, your questions, your introductions, and so on. Maureen, over to you.
Well, thank you. I just want to thank you to start off for the opportunity. It's very exciting for me to be here, and thank you for all the resources that you've provided that's gotten me here. My project is very much a niche play, but I believe it has a much broader opportunity to scale. So let's dive in and go to the next slide. I guess I should back up and, well, you can read the slide. My background is in enterprise software, but I am a PR professional. So all of your presentations, Dave, was very interesting to me as well. In public relations, storytelling takes on many forms and often requiring a variety of tools to do your job well, now more than ever, actually. And if you're trying to make a buy decision on PR infrastructure tools, it's important to feel like you've really done your homework, because you're going to spread that cost around your clients. First, you have to find them. Then you have to see what you can afford at your stage of business, and only then can you start your in-depth evaluation. So, having firsthand experience with this, I added up all the hours that each individual might be spending doing the same research, and the result is just an obscene amount of valuable time wasted. Before we go further, about market validation, I just want to say that some years back, my original idea was much bigger. It was called PR Service Bureau. And at that time, I conducted some market research and a survey through my PR professional colleagues to assess what might help them the most. And I added a question: if there were a database of PR tools to help you easily find tools, would this be something beneficial to you? So 100% of respondents said yes. And that's what I decided to focus on over time. So next slide, please. I've been working on PR Tool Finder largely on my own, self-funding along the way, and it went live in 2016. Put some effort into SEO and a little bit of marketing, but not a lot. So at this stage, what I'm seeking is, maybe it's not a funding partner, maybe it's more mentor, but I believe I've taken this sort of as far as I can take it on my own with the personal investments that I've made. I'm looking for either with a funding partner or a mentor that can extend guidance into pricing and digital advertising best practices. At this point, I know what I don't know. So next slide, please. These are just a few of the main categories in PR Tool Finder. It might surprise you to learn that there's like 20 categories. I mean, in terms of if you're trying to make these easy to find and understanding how you use them. Next slide, please. And even if all you're looking is to buy a media contact database, one of the most basic tools in PR, there's still 12 options. Prices and functionality vary widely, and all of these options won't just roll up in a simple Google search of media databases. And I actually hired someone some years back to do some evaluate media databases because I didn't have time at the time with my client load, and it took 15 hours. That's a lot of time. Next slide.
Gina, what currently are you monetizing any of this, or you're not?
No. I know. I will get to that. That is the next step. That is the next step.
Okay.
The target market, as you can see, are PR professionals, agencies, and in-house. I actually, as a solo practitioner, I'm very active in the Public Relations Society of America's Independent Practitioners Alliance, having been a past chair. But, you don't have to be a PR pro to want to find some of these tools. People who blog, they want to create podcasts, businesses want to know how to measure their social media sentiment. Just a lot of.
Yeah, but now you're going off in different tangents. Your positioning to begin with was very crisp, and now you're going off in various tangents. If you're creating a tool that specifically caters to PR professionals to do their job, that's a positioning, and I think it's a reasonably crisp positioning. If you go off in tangents on helping bloggers measure their effectiveness, that's going off in directions that are not going to be so easy to monetize. So, I would say.
I'd like you to look.
Hold on, let me speak. If you keep speaking over me, I will not be able to communicate what I'm trying to say to you. So there are blueprints of these kinds of businesses. Yelp-like businesses have been built. Is that the right strategy? Is the Yelp-like business the right strategy for you? Yelp has certain monetization paths. You can look into those and try to replicate those. But there are other, paths that you could also consider, which are more subscription kind of models. I haven't decided. I haven't looked at it well and closely enough to decide what is the right monetization model for you. But let's listen to Dave. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know without knowing sort of more information about, if you've been doing this for a few years, what's the usage that you're getting right now, and what's the profile of person that tends to be coming to your site and using it? And then, are you reaching out? What I would recommend, it's sort of going back to the lean startup approach. You need to find the users that are using you right now, learn what their profiles are, and call out to dozens of those, or put them into different bands of profiles and ask them how they're using your product, ask them what the biggest pain points are and what the jobs that they're doing, and ask them what are the things they'd be willing to pay, problems they'd be willing to pay to help solve, and does it look like what you're doing it could solve some of that, or a mild twist or change to what you're doing is something extra feature functionality that would help them a lot. And at the end of the day, you need to find a business model out of it. It's very, very hard to go down the path where you just get a lot of users using you for free and you sort of monetize them on the back end. There's successful examples of that, but for every one of those, there's 1,000 companies that tried that and it didn't work out so well.
And it's very expensive to build those companies. These advertising-based business models are very expensive to build, and I mean, by and large, I try to discourage people from following that path. So, Gina, on your question about mentoring, obviously you've come to a place where that's what we do for, as our reason for existence. So if you just hold on for a bit, let me go through the other two pitches, and then I will explain how to use the program for mentoring and for support, and you can just.
I was hoping to finish my slide deck, but if that's not something that you will want me to do, then I don't have to.
Well, go ahead.
If
there is more information here, go ahead.
Yeah, there is actually quite a bit, and I would like to. I'll run through it very quickly.
Go ahead.
The point of this slide is that there is an educational component for my target advertisers, and that is that in higher ed, it's not unreasonable to expect that they would use the database in their coursework and communications, giving tool vendors early exposure into tomorrow's customers. This is how I knew that. which I think is, high praise coming from enterprise software. This slide is the market size, and it does show, PR is a modest size. I'm hoping, I was going to say earlier, that I'd like you to look at this as a case study of how this can scale to just the general small business population, which in 2008, there were 30.2 million small businesses in the US. Okay, next slide. From a competitive standpoint, there are 4 competitors I've identified listed here, 3 of which have been acquired by Gartner. I have a few quick stats about them. These 3 Gartner properties see 4 million unique visitors a month. They offer geo-targeting by country. They have an in-house team to help customers acquire qualified reviews for free. And they use a PPC model, which is very interesting, that I also hope to leverage in the future, paired with a dedicated marketing advisor to help them leverage and grow their campaigns. So I
have a comment about this slide.
I'm sorry?
It terrifies me to see user cost free on all these competitors, which means it's going to be very difficult to charge for this product. And the freemium, free users, and then there's a premium for pro users or premium users. Premium has terrible conversion rates. So building businesses with a premium model and competing with so much free stuff out there is terrifying.
Well,
so that's just a comment. Just take it away. You don't need to react to it right now, but it is a comment. It's a concern.
Well, and I appreciate that. I mean, in my view, PR Tool Finder is not only more complete, offering listings of both paid and free tools, which users would appreciate, but it has a higher degree of tool segmentation. I was not able to find a valuation on the Gartner properties, but G2 Crowd was founded in 2012 and is presently valued at $300 million. I think they raised an additional $55 million 8 months ago. Advertising opportunities, these are just a few. I think additional products that could be developed in the future are sponsored case studies, custom research, possibly even micro newsletters that focus on high change categories, much like the Washington Post has been doing, I think. These numbers are...
So these are, I don't think we should go over revenue numbers, revenue potential numbers, because there's, this is, I think you have to first figure out what is the right business model for it. And this is kind of cart before the horse. I don't think it's...
Okay, well then let's just quickly run through. These are just some of the potential tool advertisers in PR. Next slide, please. I think with enough site traffic, the next slide, we can attract horizontal business and higher ed. Next slide. That just shows we do have traffic, not a lot. That's because we haven't been doing a lot of marketing. That is the next step. I wanted just to get some feedback first, and which has been good, and I appreciate it. Next slide, please. These are some likely industry partners. Like I said before,
it's not a fundable situation at the moment at all.
Okay.
What you have at the moment is not a fundable business. So we have to figure out how to put in place something that you can build, block by block, put one step before the other, without assuming that you can raise financing at the moment.
Very good. Then that's the feedback I was looking for.
Yeah. All right. So, Dina, we can do more Q&A in a bit. Let me finish the other 2 presentations, and we'll come back to you.
Thanks again.
You're very welcome. William Chow, you're up next.
All right, folks, I want to underscore a few points here. The reason we showed you this is that it's a topic that comes up all the time, and I want to kind of level set with you on what is validation and what is fundability, right? So what is validation is something that has a business model, something that has a value proposition that customers accept as interesting and payment worthy, and something that has a fleshed out business model, pricing model, and bottom up TAM. That is a validated business. Something that is a concept that you want to go out and raise money for is not a fundable situation at all. So we see this all the time, that people want to fund things that are not fundable. Please make a note of the fact that there is a lot of validation work that needs to happen before you can actually raise money. So that's what I'm going to start with. We are going to see, but the other thing that I want to point out is, if you are bringing your business here to 1 million by 1 million to work with me, whether at these free roundtables or in the premium program, I will be giving you feedback that may be uncomfortable for you. You are going down a certain path with a certain set of assumptions, and I am going to potentially ask you to change those assumptions and change course. And you have to be open to that kind of direct feedback to be successful working with me in 1M by 1M. And if that approach is acceptable to you, then please come to 1M by 1M, work with us, refer 1M by 1M to serious entrepreneurs who are looking for serious feedback. In terms of resources, everything is at 1mby1m.com. And you can use 1mby1m.com as much as you want to from anywhere in the world. So now that there are so many people in the room here today, I would love to know who is here, what are you working on, and what brings you here. Use the public chat to introduce yourselves, or tell us in public chat that you would like to talk through audio, and Maureen will turn on your computer audio, and you can be a panelist and talk to the audience and talk to me through the computer audio. Or I will also give you the phone line to dial in from in just a moment. But let us know, tell us who you are, and let us know where you're coming from, what it's about. Akash, hi, you're saying hi everyone. Tell us who you are, Akash. Satish wants to talk. Maureen, could you put Satish in the panel?
Can you hear me?
Yes, this is Satish, yes?
Hi. Yeah, this is Satish.
Would you like to
Hi.
turn your video on?
What's that?
Would you like to turn your video on?
Oh, my video is not working.
No problem. Just talk on audio, no problem.
Sorry. Yeah.
Where are you dialing from?
So I'm from Calgary, Canada.
Okay. Yeah. And what are you
So
working on?
I have a couple of ideas. Uh, uh, I did. I was a founding member for a startup 10, 12 years ago,
Okay.
San Diego, and so we did raise some money for about $10 million at that time.
Mhm.
But then, of course, I got, I was disappointed with my co-founders, and I basically started, I decided to basically go on my own. So I'm more of a technical, I have a lot of technical background. So I'm
Okay.
more into like a software and mechanical engineering background.
Okay.
So for me, it's more of going back to starting a startup that would obviously, add some monetary benefit to me, and also basically make ideas that I see all the time, but they are not being implemented by anybody. So that is my so my goal is to basically make some of these ideas to make it into a working world.
You cannot do multiple ideas at a time. You have to choose one because it's going to take, 5, 7, 10 years of your life to build one company. So you have to take one idea and really commit to it and build it into a successful venture. So psychologically, you have to change the semantics of how you think about things. You have to switch out of I'm going to build all these ideas to I'm going to decide which idea I'm going to focus on, and then I'm going to build the company based on that idea. So there is a lot of methodology. We do a lot of training of techies to become successful entrepreneurs in this program. So you can definitely go ahead and learn through the program. And if you just hold on for a moment, I will explain to you how to use 1M by1M to do that. Just stay on for a moment. Maureen, could you put Junaid and Akash on the panel as well so that they can introduce themselves? I think they've raised their hands to want to talk. Let me listen to them and understand their situation, and I will explain to you how to use the program. Akash, please go ahead. Unmute your line and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ma'am.
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
Myself Akash Chaurasia. I am from India.
Whereabouts in India?
Ma'am, I am from Bihar.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And currently I am pursuing my BTech degree. I am doing engineering from computer science department.
Okay. And
Ma'am, from some days now, I looking for some ideas. Means I want to build a startup, so that I am looking for different ideas. Means whatever the problem I am facing, or I faced in past, I want to solve those problems. But when I analysis those problems one by one, then I think means I saw that that there are many competitors who are doing on that problem, who is working on that problem. and and also right now I am alone, means I have not any team. And in my surrounding or in my environment, there are no such type of people that who want to do startup or such type of business. So
okay.
no, but currently my situation is that I got a solid means I got a problem on which I have to work now.
Okay. All right. I understand your situation. So hold on again. I will explain to you how to use 1 million by 1 million in your particular situation.
Yes.
Junaid, Maureen, could you put Junaid on the panel, please? Junaid, please unmute your line and tell us what you're working
Hi,
on.
Shramana.
Hi.
I was actually I was in your premium program.
Okay.
I think in 2020 or 2021,
Okay.
and like my other brothers, it was very like I was very early stage
Uh-huh.
of my startup, and then like there are 99% failure rate. So my idea actually failed as well. So my question is like that I was not able to utilize your program because that premium program was for an year, right? If when I sign up.
Yeah.
So like if I need to seek help, do I need to sign up again, or like as because the first
Absolutely.
time I could not use that program, is there any grace period that?
No, there isn't.
Okay,
You have to be in the program to use the program.
I need to register again,
But
right?
let me talk about, I think I understand the three situations that we have here. Is there anybody else? I know there are more people in the room. Is there anybody else in the room who wants to introduce himself or herself and give me some context on what you're looking for, what brings you here, so that I can address that on how you can go about it? Rajesh wants to be on the panel. Maureen, could you please move Rajesh to the panel? Rajesh, go ahead. And Malcolm too. Rajesh, go ahead, please.
Hi, Samana. How are you?
Good. Where are you coming from, Rajesh?
Yeah, South India. It's Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, okay. And what are you working on?
I'm a techie guy, actually. I have decades of experience in technology, as what our Satish explained. Also, I have started my own software company like couple of years ago.
And
Uh,
what is it about?
it's actually I bought a source code from a third party. It's a point of sale application
Mhm.
for retailers. Mm. So in my area, the people are the pain point of the people. What I'm uh, uh, felt was suffering for the moving on to the system, but no one is there to hands on. So I took that responsibility and I pitched with my friends first, and but I don't know how to. The reason why I'm here is, ma'am, I don't know what is the initial step I have to take.
Okay, I got it. Got it. Okay. And Malcolm, could you please, Maureen, could you please put Malcolm on the panel? Let me understand Malcolm's situation. Malcolm, unmute your line, please. Go ahead.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Malcolm Wilson, and I own a branding agency. His name is Mac Branding Agency, MAC. MAC stands for Make a Change. So I help people make changes in their own businesses and brands by helping them with logo design, hand-drawn logo designs, product designs, product sourcing, and brand strategy. So with that, I'm just trying to scale that to the highest amount and attract higher clients like that need the services. Cause I know like it's a needed service, but a lot of people are not aware that they need the services. So just trying to get more so into the algorithm of higher paying clients, like more so B2B clients that's already been in business and wants to rebrand and want to elevate their own brands.
Okay, got it. And Malcolm, where are you located?
Well, I'm located in South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, let me give you a bit of an overview on how to use the program for your situations, and then you can ask more questions based on that.
Okay.
First and foremost, you can start using 1M at 1mby1m.com. It's available from anywhere in the world. So this is a virtual program. So you have access to it from anywhere in the world. You will find a blog on the website that is free. You also have the Entrepreneur Journeys book series that is available on Amazon that is case study based. You can start learning there also. There are 12 volumes of case study based books. These roundtables happen every week. You can come to these roundtables. You can pitch your startup for free once, but if you want ongoing help, you need to be in the premium program. And the premium program is our full acceleration program where we offer extensive methodology guidance, a full curriculum. We help you with business development, strategy consulting, like this kind of sessions where we do intense strategy work. We also help you with financing, and there are caveats to that. I will talk through that in a moment. So now those of you who are tinkering with ideas, I suggest you put your idea through this self-assessment. This is a tool, it's a set of questions that you will find for free on our website. And the self-assessment questionnaire is based on VC due diligence questions. Now, you are the first investor in your venture. The way I want you to think about it is that it's going to take 5, 7, 10 years to build a serious company. Do you want to invest that chunk of your life into this idea that you are tinkering with? Does this idea have legs? So trying to answer these questions in this questionnaire is going to help you fine-tune your idea and just get a sense of whether this is a good way to go. Is this the right idea on which you can bet many years of your life? If you get stuck on any of the questions, you will have knowledge gaps because you are not seasoned entrepreneurs. You will have knowledge gaps, and that's perfectly all right. The program is structured to help you fill your knowledge gaps. So first thing you do to fill your knowledge gap is do this free bootstrapping course that is pinned to the top of our blog. So you go to the blog and do this 1 hour, less than 1 hour bootstrapping course and get an idea about how this industry operates in the bootstrapping versus fundraising mode. Don't assume you can raise funds upfront. You can't. You will have to bootstrap your way to a fundability stage. Another source of learning, plugging knowledge gaps, is our body of Udemy courses. There are 80+ courses, 1M1M courses on Udemy. Maureen is going to give you a link, this link, where you can find coupons, discount coupons to our Udemy courses. This is another way that you can learn. And that's fine also as a starting point. This is also a good starting point for you to learn. Like there are courses on positioning, there are courses on validation, there are courses on B2B sales strategy, so on. So there's a course on pricing. You can learn from Udemy also, and when you're in an ideation stage, depending on what domain you are focused on from an ideation point of view, I would like you to immerse yourself in that domain. And on Udemy, we have domain-specific courses as well. So go dig in on our Udemy courses and see what could help plug your knowledge gaps. Another way to plug your knowledge gap, and Junaid, this is one way you can also do it. You can do it on Udemy, or you can just join 1M1M Basic and you have access to our entire curriculum. And that's cheaper than the premium program. So if you're going to do only curriculum work for a while, you can also start there. It's okay. It's not a problem. You will not have the opportunity to come and talk to me every week, which is available in premium. But if you just want to study, you can buy 1 month of 1M1M Basic and just invest 50 to 100 hours of pure immersion in curriculum. Don't do anything else. Just purely immerse yourself in curriculum. You will come out of that experience in a much better equipped state to put one foot before the other in your entrepreneurial journey. And it sounds like all of you who are here have essentially issues about learning the methodology of how to put one foot before the other. So this may be a perfectly fine strategy for you to go about your learning process. So go to the website, figure out what to expect from premium, what to expect from basic, FAQs, video FAQs, curriculum description. All of that is based on case studies. You get to stand on the shoulders of other entrepreneurs who've done it before. This is how we build this program. The program is full of case studies of successful entrepreneurs that you can learn from. You're not just learning from me, you're learning from also many people who can teach you what they have. Yes, you can speak more, Akash, but you're going to have to let me finish first. I will let you ask questions again in a moment, but let me first finish explaining to you how to use the program. Now, if you're coming to 1M1M in search of investors, please go through the investor introduction policy. That's on the website. You can go look at the page. Our philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. Do not go to investors as beggars, go as kings. Our methodology is lean, capital efficient bootstrap startups, but companies in the program have raised a lot of money also. So we have nothing against financing. That's it. We have one more roundtable in May and 4 in June. So there are plenty of slots where you can pitch your venture, your project, and come work with me here once for free. And after that, you can be in the premium program and come and pitch as many times as you want, come and talk to me as much as you want. So back to questions. Akash, you have another question. Please go ahead. Unmute your line and ask your next question.
So, ma'am, after finding an idea, ma'am, I started working on that. The most difficult problem that I face these days now, that I couldn't get advice how I can grow my startup.
Okay, well,
And
that's
this is the problem I am facing, and I want the solution, and I want to provide this solution and do for those who want to start a startup or having an idea but not able to start a startup.
Yeah, but you're not qualified to do that. You have no experience in the startup
Yes,
world.
ma'am, you are right, ma'am. I have no experience right now.
And if you try to do that, you're competing with people like us who are very experienced and very good at what we do. So I wouldn't go there. I would look for another idea.
Yes, ma'am, you are right. But ma'am, I built a small community on WhatsApp group after thinking about this, ma'am. Okay, and I share this program too that you are conducting right now, ma'am. I share with the people who want to pitch, and like this, ma'am, I want to help some people who just want to start their startups.
You can do that
So
on the side. You can promote, you can, but for your own idea, your own venture, you need to come up with something that plays to your strength. There is a concept called
yeah, ma'am.
unfair advantage. Unfair
Ma'am,
advantage is an advantage that you have because of your skill set. Okay, so I would like all of you to focus on an idea where you have something special to bring to the table. You have an unfair advantage. So you can help other entrepreneurs. You can send them to 1M and you can send them to pitch at 1M and get help from 1M, but do it as a hobby. Don't do it as your business.
okay, ma'am. But ma'am, after that, ma'am, I developed a website. I am a full stack developer, ma'am, and I develop a website. Right now, on that website, there are some articles to help to get out at some point if some problem if a startup is facing. But I have a future plan for that too, ma'am. That I have I have to add some event pages, and I have to build my website like a social media for the startups.
You're
I
not
basically
listening.
I
I'm
want
telling
to.
you, this is not
Yeah,
a good
ma'am.
idea, but you're not listening. So there's no point by saying anything to you since you've decided you're not going to listen. You're going to do whatever you want to do. So do whatever you want to do and stop wasting my time.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. If you have questions about the 1M program, you can talk to Irina Patterson after this session, and she will be happy to get on the phone with you or WhatsApp or Skype and answer your questions. But first, spend time on the website before asking questions. Who else has questions today about your situation, what you're doing, what you are looking for? Malcolm, I actually have a comment for you. If you're in the business of logo design and so on, you have to be very, very careful. The entire graphic design industry is shrinking very fast at the face of AI. So today you can give generative AI an image and ask generative AI to create 20 variations or 50 variations of the same image, and the graphic design industry is reeling from this impact. So if your primary business is logo design, graphic design, etc., you really have to think about what is your long-term plan.
I definitely understand. I definitely agree with you 100,000%. But like I stated earlier, it's not just a logo and graphic design company. It's a full service branding agency, meaning that I help people with their branding strategies, like finding who are their target customers, finding out what products they should be offering at, like, based on the community that they're in, and is how to actually start and scale the businesses. The logos and stuff, I do hand drawn logos, and I do it based on their ideas. I bring their ideas to life at a different scale. Like if they knew how to use AI to it, like I use AI personally, like, to make logos, and they're just not good as my logos that I do hand drawn. Like they're just not. So as the logo aspect, that's for that. Like, a lot of people don't need logos. Some people do, some people don't. But that's just one service that's offered. But product design, that's another service that's offered that I'm positive AI cannot do. Like, it's hand drawn product design and just custom product design. Like, I specialize in doing it for clothing brands, but any brand and any product can be designed.
Okay, great, excellent. You have a strategy. Keep going.
You know, and
Anybody else has questions?
no, I wasn't even done. That's what we offer.
Akash,
Offer a lot though. I just wanted to.
Hancock, would you please go on mute? I need to respond to Akash. Akash, there's one other piece of advice I have for you. If you are building a website and social media, WhatsApp, and so on, you need to figure out a way to monetize your activities. So one thing you should look into is affiliate commissions as a monetization model. Are you aware of affiliate commissions as a monetization model?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's something you can look at. We have an affiliate program on Udemy. You know, you have to become an Udemy affiliate and you can sell our courses and monetize through that, at least while you're, spending a lot of time on generating traffic and content and so forth. Please try to figure out how to monetize so that you can use your time productively.
Yes, ma'am. If I generate traffic, ma'am, in future, then I will work on your advice, ma'am.
Yeah, but please do not spend a huge amount of your time.
No, ma'am, this is my side hustle, ma'am, and I want to keep it side in free time.
Side hustle is fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else? Any other questions? By the way, the side hustle business is very interesting as a way to get your product, your startup off the ground. If you look on Udemy and on 1M1M courses in general, you will see this theme of bootstrapping with a paycheck. All those of you who do not have an idea yet, bootstrapping with a paycheck is a very good way to go about the ideation phase, where the bulk of the work you're doing is in studying and research and talking to people. This is a period that it's better that you have a job, a paycheck that pays the bills while you are working on figuring out what is your path forward. So even though conventional wisdom is that you have to go full time on your startup and that's the only way to do a startup, I think it's actually a very good way to do a startup as a bootstrapping with a paycheck strategy, because then you have a paycheck that pays the bills and you can peacefully work on your ideation phase, your knowledge gathering phase. You are going to have to study methodology and learn the nuances of how to do a startup. And you can do that through 1 million by 1 million, but it's going to take your time to study the 1 million by 1 million curriculum. Every month you're going to need to budget 50, 100 hours, and if you do that nights and weekends, that's a very good way for you to develop your knowledge base upon which you can build the foundation of your ideation, of your, startup building process. And Junaid, the problem that you have run into is that you don't have the discipline to do the studying. And in this round, since you're restarting your entrepreneurship process, I would like you to really discipline yourself and budget 50, 100 hours a month to just study the methodology and then follow the methodology on how to put one foot before the other. Okay? Don't just go and futz around. Futzing around doesn't get you anywhere. You have to follow a systematic process through which you can become a successful entrepreneur. And this is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You know, we've been doing entrepreneurship for many, many years. The internet, the commercial internet is now 30 years old as of this year. So, you know, 30 years of startup development has happened on the internet alone. And before that also we were doing startups. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And you do have to study what other people have developed as methodologies so that you can implement that methodology and become successful. And again, bootstrapping with a paycheck is a very good strategy for ideation stage entrepreneurs. Now, there are some other people in the room who haven't introduced themselves or haven't spoken. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Would you like to ask questions? No? All right. In that case, I'm going to wrap up for today, and I will look forward to seeing you again at another session. Bye-bye.
Hey, so what about people that's out of ideation stage that surpassed ideation?
Can you say that again? I didn't understand your question.
And so
What
we
about
mean those who surpass the ideation stage and already know what their secret power and all that good stuff is?
You follow the methodology of how to build the company. We don't just have ideation methodology. 1Mby1M has companies that are doing millions of dollars in revenues.
Right.
So you just need to follow the methodology of how to build a company.
Okay. So the only way to work with you all is getting into the program, right?
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. For us to work with you, you need to be in the program. You can be in basic, or you can be in premium, you can study through Udemy, whatever, but you need to start working within our framework, studying our methodology, curriculum, coming to the roundtables and working with me on the roundtables. That's the only way we can work with you. And that we can do with anyone, anywhere in the world.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Now you have a great day.
Akash, what are you going to pitch? Are you going to pitch this entrepreneurship advice platform? Are you going to, or do you have another idea that you're working on?
No, ma'am, the same idea.
I don't think I've already told you what I had to say about that.
Okay, ma'am, no problem. I will not waste your time.
I don't think you should waste your time. It's not just my time. I'll tell you the same thing, is that this is not a good idea for you to go after.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Rajesh says he studied one of my courses on Udemy and was really helpful. Rajesh, which course did you do? And you're now planning to join 1Mby1M. That's wonderful. Excellent. Which course did you come in through in Udemy? Anybody else? Any other questions before we wrap up the bootstrap? Okay, great. Excellent. Anyone else? All right, we're going to wrap up for today. Good luck, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye.